People often complain that the confusion matrix is always confusing, but I can challenge you that after watching this video, you will understand it easily. In case if you understand it very well, try to subscribe the channel and also hit like over there so that I can make a lot of videos related to this. So now you can see 9 images here. There are cat images as well as a dog image, cow image, and horse and donkey as well, right? So what I'm going to do now, for example, I'm making a model to predict whether the image is a cat or not. So let me write the problem statement here. The problem statement here is identify whether the image is cat or not a cat. So these are the actual images. These 9 are the actual images. I'll go slowly so that you can understand it better. So now my model is coming up with a prediction. Assume that my model is predicting this as a cat. Now my model is not able to predict correctly and it is predicting that it is not a cat. Here it is predicting cat. Here it is predicting cat. Here it is predicting cat. And assume that here it is predicting it as a cat. Though it is a dog, assume that my model is predicting wrongly. And here my model is predicting it as not a cat. And here again, not a cat. And here assume that it is predicting it as a cat. So there are 9 images. What is my goal? I have to predict whether it is a cat or not a cat. So these are the actual images. The black, whatever I have written, that is basically prediction. So now why confusion matrix is confusing for the people? Because it is really to find out what is true positive, what is true negative, false positive, and false negative. So let me make it clear what is that, right? So for that, the first one, let us try to understand what is meant by true positive. True positive is nothing but my model predicts it as a cat, or actually also it is a cat. My model predicts that it as a cat and actually also it is a cat. So let me put it this way. Cat, let me consider like a positive, not a cat, let it be negative. So what happens here? My model predicts as a cat, which is basically positive. Yeah, that is correct. My model has predicted correctly, so it is true positive. My model predicts not a cat. Not a cat is nothing but negative. So my model predicts not a cat, so which is nothing but negative. My model predicts not a cat, which is negative. But actually it is a cat. So my model has predicted wrongly. So it is false, false negative. My model predicts positive. Yes, it is a cat. So true positive. My model predicts cat. Yes, that is true. My model predicts positive. Yes, that is true. My model predicts positive, but that is false. It is not a cat, right? So that is false. So let me change it to black so that you can see it clearly. You can see that it is false positive. My model predicts negative, not a cat. My model predicts negative. Yeah, it is not a cat. My model predicts negative. Yes, it is not a cat at all. My model predicts positive. No, it's wrong. That's it. I hope it is clear. What is meant by true positive? The model predicts positive and that's true, which means model predicts positive, actually also positive. What is true negative? The model predicts negative, and that's true. What is meant by false positive? The model predicts positive, but that's false, which means model predicts positive, actually it is negative. What is false negative? Model predicts negative, that's false, which means model predicts negative, but actually positive. That's it. Only 4 cases. In the future also, you may end up with a confusion. So you can like this video. So whenever you want this, you can visit the channel so that you will get clarity again. So I hope this is clear to everyone. True positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative. So let me note it down. How many true positives are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So please note it down somewhere. 4 true positives are there. How many true negatives are there? 1, 2. Right? So let me go back here. 2 true negatives are there. And how many false positive? You can see here 2 false positive, I guess. Right? 1 false positive and here another false positive. So 2 false positive. So how many false negative I could see here? Here I could see 1. Only 1. Right? So I could see false negative as 1. Done with this? Clear? No confusion about true positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative. So now let us try to understand about the metrics. Right? 4 metrics we have discussed so far. What is meant by metric? When we implement a machine learning model, we want to know whether the model is good or not. These metrics are not only meant for logistic regression, it is actually meant for all the classification models. It could be logistic regression or decision tree classifier, bagging classifier, etc. So these 4 already we have discussed. So let us now try to understand about the accuracy first. What is meant by accuracy? Accuracy means what? Correct divided by total. So what are correct over here? True positive and true negative. What are the total cases here? TP, TN, FP plus FN. Hope it is clear. These are true, which means that the model predicted positive and that is true. The model predicted negative and that's true, right? So sum of true observations divided by all the observations. So let us now apply for our case. How many true positives were there? I asked you to note it down. 4. How many true negative were there? According to that cat, 2, right? Divided by 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. So what's the answer now? 6 by 9, which can be 2 by 3. Hope it is clear. This is about accuracy. Let's now go ahead with confusion matrix. Right? Let's go ahead with confusion matrix. So let me draw and explain to you. Then we will look into this pic also. So randomly I'm writing it over here. 1, 0, 0, 1, something like this. Okay, P and A. So what does P stands for? Predicted. What does A stands for? Actual. Actual image. This stands for predicted image. And what does this 1 stands for? Positive. And 0, negative. So let us try to fill this first. Let's try to fill this first. So what is P here? 1. My model predicts 1. 1 is nothing but positive. My model predicts positive. Actually, it is negative, false. Let's try to fill this. My model predicts negative. Yay, it's correct. Let's fill this. My model predicts positive. Yeah, it is correct because actually also it is positive. Let's go here. My model predicts negative. No, that's wrong because actually it is positive. This is how confusion matrix to be done. Generally, what people does is they memorize all this. That's the confusion actually. So confusion matrix is not confusing. The way that we learn is confusing. I hope this is clear, right? So let me repeat with some other case now. Anyways, like in the interviews now, they will try to confuse you by changing the numbers, all that, right? In case if it is given, now onwards, no confusion. What we need to look into first, always start with the predict, compare with actual, start with the predict, compare with actual and say true or false. Start with the predict, compare with actual and say true or false. Start with the predict, negative. Compare with the actual, yeah, it's same, so true. Start with the predict, negative, no, 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 wrong, so it is false. Start with the predict, positive, no, that's wrong. Start with the predict, positive, yes, that's it. So, what are the values? We have already got it, right? If you could recollect that, we got true, negative, according to this cat example 2. False negative as 1. False positive as 2. True positive as 4. Right? So the same thing you can see here. Predicted, positive, actual, positive. So true positive, simple. Let's come here. Predicted, negative, actual, negative, true, negative, simple. Predicted, negative. Predicted, negative, sorry. Predicted, negative. Actually positive. Predicted, negative. Actually positive. So false negative. Let me change the color. Right? Predicted, negative. Predicted, negative. Actually positive. So false negative. So if you come here, this is basically predicted positive. This is for predicted positive. Right? And actually it is negative. So predicted positive. So positive. That is wrong. So false positive. That's it. Right? So I guess confusion matrix is clear now. So what all metrics we know so far? We have discussed about TP, TN, FP, FN, and confusion matrix. What else we need to discuss? Recall and precision. Yes, you are correct. We have discussed about accuracy also. So what we are supposed to do now? Recall as well as precision. So let me make it clear what is meant by recall. Out of actual positives, how many are true positives? Or out of actual negatives, how many are true negatives? So let's try to understand this TP divided by what are actual positives? What are actual positives? Actual positive means this. If you consider this one, actual positive is this. If you consider this actual positive means TP plus FN. So let me give the explanation here. Actual positive means what? Your model is predicting negative. That is false, which means that actually it is positive only. True positives are actually positives. False negatives are also actually positive because your model is predicting negative. But that is false, which means that actually positive. Now try to relate for this. Tn divided by Tn plus actual negative. Your model may be predicting positive, but that is false. If you use the same logic, actual negative, false positive and true negative. This is about recall, right? So let us now go ahead with precision. What is meant by precision? Very simple now. Precision is nothing but out of predicted, how many are true? Out of predicted, how many are true? So let me make it simple. Precision out of predicted positives, how many are true? Out of predicted negatives, how many are true? So if you look into this one, predicted positives, false positive and true positive. So TP divided by TP plus false positive, because the second one is about the prediction only. So what is it for negative cases? Tn divided by Tn plus F. Predicted negative. So let me make it clear. True positive, predicted positive, and that's true. True negative, predicted negative, and that's true. False positive, predicted positive, but that's false. False negative, predicted negative, but that's false. What's accuracy? True positive plus true negative divided by TP, Tn, Fp, Fn. What is recall? Out of actual positives, how many are true? Out of actual positives, how many are true means TP divided by TP plus Fn. False negative is nothing but your model is predicted negative, that is false, which means that actually positive. If you write for negative case, Tn divided by Tn plus Fp. The last one, precision. Out of predicted positives, how many are true? Which means TP divided by TP plus Fp. If you write for negative, Tn divided by Tn plus Fn. Hope it is clear. Confusion matrix, let me show you with the one case. Right? So let me write actual, predicted, 1, 0, 0, 1, something like this. Predicted negative, actually positive. Predicted negative, actually also negative. Predicted positive, actually also positive. Predicted positive, actually negative. That's it. The sad thing over here is like many of you are looking into the videos without subscribing the channel. So please do the subscription. It is free, right? It's not, we are not collecting charges also, right? So when we get something free, you should actually give the credit to the people who is giving it for free, right? So just like it, like the video, subscribe the channel, and I'm expecting more support from everyone so that I can make more videos. If you have any questions, please write it in the comments so that I can help you out. Thank you so much.